What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe with No Days Off DFS here to bring you that NBA DFS breakdown for today's. Well, how big of a slate we got? We got 7 games on the dock today. Of course, that sweet spot for the games that you guys know I love to go ahead and break down and go over. Definitely some money to be made. Decent night last night. Gonna go over a couple of things real quick, do a quick recap and whatnot. But before we do that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content over here on the channel. Drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos help you guys win some money. Real quick recap. Forgot to do this yesterday. Honestly, going over the weekend that my boy BK had over here for the group. Definitely his betting lines and stuff for women college basketball. Again, if you are looking for other stuff to go ahead and get into, no one really focuses and targets the woman landscape period than my boy B, and definitely would want to tap into that. Again, the link for this down in the description below. It's only $5, and just the bets that he's been putting out. That's the bet stuff. You can play it on DraftKings, FanDuel, wherever they offer you women college lines and stuff like that. The prop plays, so if you're playing on underdog, price picks, you know they're only giving us points and stuff like that. He covers that, and he has been hitting these at a pretty good clip. Yesterday's plays and everything for yesterday went what? 3 out of 4 for the small board, because it was a very small board that we had yesterday. Then of course, like I said, he still goes ahead and he puts up his NHL plays and his NBA plays as well, on top of covering the women's sports period. So definitely check that out, because again, you're not just getting my stuff, you're also getting my boy BK. And as you guys know, I go ahead and I give you guys a DK core. If you're following the videos, then you already knowing the player pool wise and stuff like that. I'm working on getting a cheat sheet out for that to be more consistent in regards to giving you guys that, besides just giving you guys a core, because I know, okay, cool, I got a core. What do I fill it in with? So if you don't even get to catch my videos, I'm still going to be able to give you guys more sauce, going to give you guys player pools and stuff like that. But yesterday's core, very good core. Wemby smashed. I loved it. I definitely talked him up on the stream yesterday. We already know we target opposing centers going up against the Bulls. Was an easy day right there. Yabusele, no Drummond, no Embiid. You guys already know that was easy day value, one of the highest on plays on the day. Tobias Harris talked him up in regards to just like how good he's been playing over the last several games. And then Ryan Dunn, I was very iffy on playing him because of the Brooklyn Nets news with D'Lo and Simmons being out and all the value that we're going to have inside that. But I still ended up going ahead and playing Ryan Dunn, 4,100, and it would look very shaky in the first half. He got all of his fantasy points really in that second half of the game, and I got lucky, very lucky. He paid out, honestly, for being a good value play. Let me fill in the rest of my line with really good pieces, and honestly, the big piece, and if you watched the video yesterday, was the fact that PJ Washington, low owned, was like 12% in my high dollar constants that I played, and he balled out for me. If he didn't get in foul trouble, I really do feel like he would have did a hell of a lot more, and probably would have secured the takedown in there. Ended up finished in 4th in my contest, but was up there for a good chunk of the night. Definitely was really good. I had Cade Cunningham. You guys already know I talked up Cade in regards to just how he's been playing over there for them. Detroit, love the matchup and everything. Honestly, if you stacked starters from picked your starters correctly from Detroit and then ran it back with Simons, Shaden Sharp, Ayton or something like that from Portland, you did very good yesterday, because all those guys were kind of like mediocrely owned. And then of course gave out my FanDuel alt lines last night. I need to go in here and update this one because Sabonis, he did cash, had 18 rebounds, easy day for that. Zach Edey, I don't know what the hell is going on in Memphis, but they fucking with me, man. The last 2 times that I played Edey, he all of a sudden didn't start, and then last night started, and then minutes were just not there, non-existent, and really just pissed me off, because that was a great spot for Edey to be able to go out there and be able to play. Already went ahead and posted my alt lines for DraftKings for today. We'll have FanDuel out later once they actually give me the lines and stuff over there. But with all that being said, gonna go ahead and get this breakdown started for you guys. I know this is really what you guys are here for. Starting out, injury report: Houston, Jalen Green. Do need to know if he's gonna be back or not, if he's gonna be playing or not. Definitely will kind of decide if I want to mess with Fred VanVleet or something like that. Definitely am looking to Amin Thompson. Of course, because we do know that Jabari Smith Jr., he's going to be out for some time with that broken wrist or whatever he has, and then Tari Easton down for the play as well. Over here on Washington side, Poole dealing with a hip. Carrington, I'm not too sure what his alignment is. I know Koulibaly, he's been sick, missed the last 2 games, so definitely we're going to have to get these starters in this. We already know the drill with that over there. For the Phoenix Sun, Mason Plumlee, he's in starting lineup. Same thing with Ryan Dunn. Royce O'Neal, he's going to be out. For the Charlotte Hornets, no injury news actually for them besides Trey Mann still out with his back. For the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis is always their game time decision, but fully expected to play. Over here for Dallas was on some funky shit last night too. For whatever reason, Najee Marsh started at the point guard. Spencer Dinwiddie came off the bench, still played 30 minutes. Didn't make any sense to me. Don't understand what the hell Dallas was doing over there. But no news really to report over here. Same old, same old. Oh, wait, there's news. Gafford, he left last night's game, so they're down another big. Dallas is dealing with a ton of injuries right now, so Lively should soak up a ton of minutes tonight. For Minnesota, on the back end of their back-to-back, nothing really to report over here for them. For the Pelicans, DeJounte Murray, we do need to know if he's going to be back. Zion, possible to play today or sometime later on this week. If he's back, he definitely will be on limited minutes. If he is going to be playing today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. For Atlanta, Trae Young, game time decision. Jalen Johnson's already been ruled out. Trae is expected to play. Utah, we do need to know if Lauri Markkanen is going to be playing or not, but big thing for them, Keontae George and Jordan Clarkson are out, so that guard rotation is going to be thinner than thin. For the Boston Celtics, no news to report for them. Denver, still, Aaron Gordon is out. Miami, Jaime Jaquez had a triple-double last night, and you guys know I am a Jaime Jaquez lover in regards to, false. In regards to the minutes and the production and what he can do out there on the court. Sucks that I wasn't able to play him on a regular slate because he's been cheap and I would have played him yesterday in his matchup, definitely. But Jimmy Butler still out with his suspension from the team. Golden State Warriors, Kuminga, he's going to be out for quite some time with that high ankle sprain, so definitely some minutes, production, everything to go around because he was a very big part for them in regards to scoring and everything over there. So interested to see how the Warriors figure that out and do what they do over there for them. All right, starting out over here on DraftKings, the site that play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, make sure you guys check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit match bonus. Join your boy over here on the King. Not only for DFS purposes, but betting wise, your boy over here, I place bets all the time on DraftKings. I definitely really like doing the round robins and stuff like that with all the alt lines that I put out for you guys. Hint, hint, wink, wink, in regards to what I do with those right there. Besides just doing regular slips, definitely do think you guys should jump on that and check that out if you guys have not already. All right, so this Phoenix and Charlotte Hornets game, this right here, looking at it, the total is currently right now what, a 224.5 total, 4.5 point spread in favor of Phoenix. That's definitely good. They're on the back end of the back-to-back. I like the upside, honestly, for this game. Phoenix, nothing that necessarily scare me in regards to thinking there'll be a blowout or anything like that, just because they got Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, but you got LaMelo, you got Brandon Miller, you got Miles Bridges over here on the other side, so this game should stay close and be pretty decent. Love the upside for a couple of plays over here. One of the big ones to me, and I still feel like he's a great fantasy point per minute producer, depending on what big they actually put on him and is out here. But our boy Mark Williams, we know that he's finally close to getting his 30 minutes. We know the upside is there for him. Double upside whenever he's on the court. Block, steal, upside, all that is going to be there for him. Definitely be a player I would play tonight for a double if you are looking to play something like that over there on the books. Something definitely I can maybe possibly I can see him at least getting 8 to 10 rebounds for a fact, for sure. Of course, if I'm loving the double, I do see him, of course, getting to the 8 to 10 rebounds out there. Scoring wise, I do like his scoring, definitely one of those ones that you could take for alt line as well right there. Scoring, but 6K. Nice price tag, good mid-tier option at the center position. You guys know I love my mid-tier options at the center spot. And then outside of him, I will say everyone else for me over here on the Charlotte Hornets, like LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, all these guys will be more GPP options because I think there's other spots that we can focus on and go to on today. All of them definitely in contention to play. Never going to sway away from wanting to play them. You're getting the Phoenix, who are one of the older teams in the league, going up against a fast-paced Charlotte Hornets team. Definitely going to be getting at it up and down the court. Wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte could possibly pull out a dub here, getting them on back end of a back-to-back. Honestly, and what was pretty much kind of a close game for them last night anyway. Outside of that, over there on the Phoenix side, Kevin Durant, of course, Devin Booker, of course, definitely go look those guys. Bradley Beal coming off the bench, but he still played 30 minutes last night. Went out there and he balled out, honestly, off the bench. I'm pretty sure it was just a statement game because it's like, okay, cool, bet you gonna put me on the bench? Watch. 25 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Don't mind looking at him, definitely as a GPP option, but I will say I still do like Dunn, who is, where is he at? Dunn is priced at 4.4. High paced game, getting the minutes, seeing at least over 25 minutes can be a decent fantasy point per minute producer. A good matchup going up against a young Charlotte Hornets team. Turnovers could be there. The shot could be there for him again. Rebounding, playmaking, defense, all those things like that for a 4.4 price tag for him right there. Definitely would take that. I would have some interest in Plumlee or Nurk if they were actually getting the minutes, but I will say that you're going to have to turn your attention to, I'm not going to even try to butcher this dude's name, so I'm just going to call him O. He's getting minutes over Plumlee, over Nurk. Plumlee started, but he only played 13 minutes last night. I'm not too sure if that was because it was the front end of a back-to-back or whatnot, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Now, maybe Plumlee might get more minutes because he is going up against a bigger matchup in Nick Richardson and Mark Williams, so maybe we could see more minutes for them out there, but they do like what they're getting out of this guy over here in O, so definitely would look towards that if you're looking for a diamond in the rough type play. My Jarris Walker call of the day would be that right there if you are looking for something that could possibly be sneaky and lower owned, unless you fit in some of the other studs on today's slate. Going on over here to Houston taking on Washington. Like I said, we have to know if Jalen Green is going to be in or not, because if Green is in, I like the matchup for him. This is definitely going to be one of those fast-paced games. Gets his shot up. He looked very good out there in the last game going up against the Lakers. 33 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 51 fantasy points. If he's if no ailment is going on with him, it says that he's day to day. It'll be weird if he's not out there. Then of course we're gonna have to have interest in Freddie V. We're gonna have to look at Shangoat. Definitely, of course, I already like Amen Thompson for the spot and everything that he's in. The minutes production, the upside, a great fantasy point per minute producer to what he is. This could be one of those defensive matches where we can get another double out of him, and then of course like 3 or 4 steals, something like that, blocks, all that stuff could be in this game for Amen Thompson. But I really would have a lot more interest in some of these other players if Jalen Green is out. If Jalen Green is in, I do like him. I like the price tag for him, and the upside is there for him in a game that possibly should be close, because Washington, they've been playing pretty well at home. They got Kuzma back. If Poole's in, everything can point to this being a very good game for them. Again, I will say Amen Thompson, love his upside, love his price. I don't mind him. He grades out as my best and favorite play over here from the Houston Rockets if Jalen Green is out. Even if Jalen Green is in, I still will have interest in Amen Thompson. Can't stress that enough. Dylan Brooks, you guys know I already talked about Dylan. If the shot's falling, he's definitely gonna go out there and be able to give you a very good game. I will say Amen being in the starting lineup, I feel like that messes with the upside of what we can get from Dylan Brooks, because some of those shots and things like that he would get, Jalen Green it's getting more distributed to other players out there with it. Now, if Jalen Green does miss, then you are going to have to look at my boy Ken Whitmore. 4,100, another player that can come there and he can shoot. That is what Ken goes out there and does, but he plays some very good defense as well. Would be a very good value if only if Jalen Green is out. Freddie V, already talked about him, like him. Kyle Kuzma, upside is definitely there for him. Don't mind looking his direction as well as another possible play that we can go to over here for them. And then outside of that, really not too interested in anything else. Maybe you could take a stab at Poole, but I do feel like this would be a more defensive matchup. And if you're dealing with the likes of Dylan Brooks with Amen Thompson, hounding you, Freddie V is not a bad defender and stuff in his own right. So not something I want to mess with too much. Lakers taking on Dallas. As long as Dallas doesn't mess around and change the starting lineup again on us, I will look towards Spencer Dinwiddie here in the spot going up against the Lakers. Opposing point guards, they've done very well going up against them, and this definitely would be a spot that we can look to Dinwiddie at 6,500. LeBron, Anthony Davis, I don't have to talk about them. You already know what you're getting right there. Austin Reeves, 7,300, still doing everything. Dude is showing that he has a triple-double upside whenever he's out here on the court. He can rebound. I'm not going to worry about that 0 rebound right there, but we know he definitely does push the break. He's scoring and stuff and whatnot. 7,300, still a little bit too cheap for what the upside of what he's actually been able to bring, but I will say I would rather pay down for Spencer Dinwiddie if I did have to choose between the two for one when it comes down to it. Now, with Gafford going down, we're going to have to look at the bigs over here for Dallas. Big one for me, and I've targeted this kind of all season, is Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, but he's still been giving up some really great games to opposing centers night in, night out basis. So I will look towards Lively, who actually has played the Lakers decently whenever he has played them. Granted, this is looking at last year's data. He's at least put up about 30-ish fantasy point per minute whenever he's played them. That was last year. But again, no Gafford. He's going to have to play the minutes unless he gets himself into foul trouble, which could possibly be a thing. But he's looking very good out there at that price tag. I really don't see how I'm not gonna gravitate towards him as a really good value play on today's slate. 5,100, the upside's there. It really truly is there, and I really don't see myself between him, Mark Williams. I'm gonna have to go with Lively. Just the production, the upside will be there for him. He's another great fantasy point per minute player when it comes down to it. Now, outside of that, PJ Washington, great night last night. I'm not gonna try to get lightning to strike twice for me, but I will say he will be in my player pool and someone I would be considering just because they're gonna need scoring. We know he's gonna have to step up in regards to actually doing that. Opposing power forwards going up against the Los Angeles Lakers haven't done too bad. I mean, Amen Thompson just went out there and snagged down 14 or something plus rebounds going up against them. So definitely could see myself looking towards that right there in regards to PJ. I know the rebound goes up with Luka being out. Someone I could possibly look as a ladder for rebounds and things like that. Outside of that, Clay, maybe we could look to Clay 6,200, but I'm not going to force it. I don't play Clay, and I really don't like to even look in Clay's direction at all this season. Over here for the New Orleans Pelicans taking on Minnesota Timberpups, we are going to need to know if Zion is going to be back, if he's going to be limited or anything like that. List the question before the game. He's missed 27 games. That is freaking crazy. Even if Zion is back, he's going to be on the stricter of strict minutes limits that we have ever seen, because the dude just cannot stay healthy. And I honestly do wonder if it is something down there in the New Orleans water for them, in regards to when players leave, they're fine, they're good, they don't get injured, they play pretty great and everything. So I mean, shoot, take Dyson Daniels for an example in regards to just the upside in production that he's able to do over there for the Atlanta Hawks. No injuries, nothing, not worried about anything. So Zion, maybe it is time to be traded, get out of there. Maybe someone else can actually keep the weight off and stuff for you and everything. Now, outside of that, DeJounte Murray, do need to know if he's going to be in or not, because I do like the spot for him. I wouldn't mind going to playing DeJounte, but again, we do got to know if he's going to be able to play. If he's not, and if Zion, of course, is going to be on that minutes limit, CJ McCollum is going to be the guy that we're going to be looking to. 7,800. I called him last time when he went out there and he dropped that 61.25 fantasy point game going against the Washington Wizards. The first time, not the second time, the first time. Second game, still didn't do too bad. Only took 18 shots, 6 of 11 from 3, still was able to kill that. I will go right back and look towards that if anything else fails. And as you guys can see, that is why I really do like Jalen Green in that game, just because the 3-point upside for what he's going to be able to have going up against Washington. They are horrible versus the spot-up shooters. But yeah, CJ McCollum, if DeJounte is going to be out, I would definitely be looking towards CJ's assist. If Murray is out, that would definitely be something that we could look towards. Outside of that, of course, as always, Herb Jones be another player we can go to. His defense should actually be needed here, as long as he keeps himself out of foul trouble. 5,400. Don't mind the price. We know he's going to play a shit ton of minutes. That's really good. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're on the back end of back-to-back, so looking at them, I do feel like Julius Randle really did let down yesterday. Only 23 minutes. Maybe it was because he was playing like shit, got in a bunch of fouls, but this could be a bounce back spot for him to go out here and have a decent game. I don't mind looking towards Randle as a possible cheap, well, not cheap, but a GPP option. Definitely will be someone to look to. Anthony Edwards has been very aggressive over his last several games, after saying like he's not enjoying playing right now, not getting the shots, but he's taken 31 and 29 shots in his last 2 games. As long as he's not tired of chucking it up, I don't mind looking at. And if you're going to tell me he's going to take that many shots and the scoring is going to be relied heavily on him, he's still very much involved in regards to the rebounding and assist department. So the upside is definitely there for him as a stud to want to be able to pay up for at 8,400. Love the upside that we can get right there. Now, I will say that Minnesota, they also too messed with their starting lineup yesterday. They started Dante DiVincenzo. If Dante is going to start again, I will look towards Dante as a really good value piece. Of course, Mike Conley, I really don't even like playing Mike just because he's an old bag of bones and honestly should be coming off the bench anyway. When you do have a great player over there in Dante that can give you the same upside production and everything that you would actually get. Going over to Atlanta, taking on Utah. Again, a lot of injuries over there for the Utah side in regards to their guards going down. But also for Atlanta, with Trae Young, no Jalen Johnson out there, those assists, ladder those assists up to, I say, 14, 15 assists. If you can go ahead and get over there on the books, that'd be really decent over there. We do know that Utah bleeds assists to opposing point guards. Trae Young, very good passer in that own right out there. So do like the upside. One thing I would say, pay attention to Atlanta's starting lineup, because they did start Vich Krejci to start the first half of the game. Second half, DeAndre Hunter, he went out there and he started the second half of the game for Vit. So I would look towards that. If they are going to give our boy DeAndre Hunter the start, or anything, even honestly just his upside period for me, I like DeAndre Hunter over Vit. Vit would be a GPP option, especially as just a value, simply also because Vit is priced at 3,200, but I do not like his upside at all whatsoever. Played 28 minutes, really didn't give you too much. First game going up against Denver where he played 28 minutes, dropped 34 fantasy points. I really just can't see myself getting there, going down there to Vit, but definitely just think about it. I mean, this is the Utah Jazz, so maybe I'm overreacting. You definitely probably can, but I really do like DeAndre Hunter, especially depending on what they actually do with the starting lineup. I'll put it like this. If Vit starts, you can't ignore him as a value play. The worst he can do out there is go get us a 0. If we can just get a floor game of maybe 15, 16 fantasy points at 3,200, that helps. That's like me playing Jarris Walker and getting at least 17, 18 fantasy points from him at 3,200. So that's what I'll say. Outside of that, if you are looking for some upside, maybe some low ownership, DeAndre Hunter would be the guy I would look to over here for that. Now, outside of that, over here on Atlanta, Clint Capella, Rochester, I think I'm saying his name right. Those guys would be in contention for the guys I would be looking towards. 4,400 for the kid. Definitely, he's been up and down all season, but again, pretty good matchup going up against the Utah Jazz, who we know is a pretty weak defensive team. I would love the upside for what we could possibly get from him over here, so I will have to include him as a possible decent value play. And boom, just like that, Zion Williamson-Hamstring is available to play today. So we will get Zion. Of course, he should be on a minutes limit. So not too worried about that news. We need DeJounte Murray. That's the one that we really care about. Over here on Utah side, Johnny Juzang, where did he go? Johnny Juzang, he's been getting the start. Definitely 3,900, another value play that you can go to. It is Atlanta. They do play fast. As long as he's actually able to knock down some shots, he definitely can give you some upside. If I got to choose between him, Vit, I probably will go Vit over him. Definitely if it will come down to it. But the main play you're going to want to get over here from Utah is going to be Colin Sexton. No Clarkson, no Keontae George. The assist upside goes up with him. Definitely will be another play you could ladder assist with. Over here it would be Colin on today's slate. 30 plus fantasy points in at least all 5 of his last 5 games. Love the upside and what we can get. Boston taking on Denver, pretty much the game of the night. This should be on TNT if I'm not mistaken. It is Tuesday TNT. Yeah. This game right here should be a barn burner. Definitely would be interesting between the two teams. Joker, don't got to say anything about him. Tatum, don't got to say anything about him. If you can fit him, you can fit him. This is going to be one of those slates where I'm not forcing Joker into my line. If I land on Joker, I'll play him. If I don't get there and I don't have enough to get there, I'm not going to force it. I will say what the Joker has done over his last several games, amazing. 82, 83, 72, 93. Don't have FOMO. Do not. When it comes down to it, 12.5, that is a lot of salary to use to take when we got some pretty good games on the slate. I'm not saying do not play Joker, but do not have FOMO. Do not make a shitty lineup just because you were trying to fit the Joker into the line. Don't. Now, outside of that, of course, you could look to other players over here from the Denver Nuggets that have upside. Russell Westbrook, of course, we know he has still triple-double upside. Definitely can get to the rim. Slashing versus Boston is good. He's still playmaking. He's still rebounding. All those things, playing some pretty good defense and things like that. Even though he goes out here and gets us 9 points, he's still at least producing us at least about 30 fantasy points. And he's done that, looking at it, 5 out of his last 5 games. So the upside is still there for Russ to go out here and have a good game. Not going to ignore it. Michael Porter Jr., spot up shooter. We already know. How do you stay close with Boston? How do you beat them? Knock down your threes. Michael Porter Jr., that's the spot. 6,300. I can come down from going up for Russ, go down there, get to him. Christian Braun, him inside the starting lineup. All those guys right there. Love the upside for them. Now, if I'm not going to get up to Tatum, who else can I take? JB came back, looked very good in that first half versus my OKC Thunder. Shut his ass down in the second half. But still, shot attempts, they're there. We know it's going to be the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum show. Derek White's going to bring up out the rear, and then KP, whatever KP actually does, if he doesn't get himself into foul trouble or sprain his ankle, the upside's there. So Derek White for me, Jaylen Brown will be the main 2 targets I want to look to over here on the Boston Celtics side when it comes down to it. And then a sprinkle of Peyton Pritchard, but I do think his price tag is a bit too much coming off the bench, but the upside could possibly be there as a low-owned piece if you're trying to get something. Boston, they're running a very tight rotation. Less than 10 guys are getting the minutes and playing out there for him. So definitely keep an eye and look towards that if you are looking right there. Last but not least, the Golden State Warriors taking on the Miami Heat, back in a back-to-back for them. Really over here for me, I would say Tracy Jackson Davis. As long as he keeps himself out of foul trouble, he should get the minutes. Burn, we just see what Sabonis was able to go out there and do. A really good rebounding upside here in the spot. Could see Tracy going out here, maybe giving us a double-double. Don't mind looking towards him as a really good play. Draymond Green, game expected to be close. Draymond, you kind of got to look towards him as well. We know that when it comes down to it, he can get up for certain games. Maybe this could be one of those games where he can actually get up and play pretty good. They're definitely going to need him, especially no Kuminga. And then, of course, the Splash brother, the babyface assassin, Steph Curry. Tyler Hero defense, not scared about that. Duncan Robinson, not worried about that. Curry gets all the screens all in the world. And this could be one of those games where Curry can go out there and light it up and just kill it. Of course, over there on the Heat side, Tyler Hero, 9,100. I would say, look at Steph Curry. Look at Tyler Hero. That's all I'm going to say right there on that. Other than that, my boy Jaime Jaquez, I'm not going to have no FOMO in regards to missing out on his big game that he had last night. We'll say if he's starting, still definitely the upside is there for him. I've been a fan of Jaime. I would go right back to him. I don't mind that, but definitely would look towards Jovic if he's getting the start as well. His minutes, they've been pretty spotty, but he's still a very good fantasy point per minute producer when he is out there on the court, and I don't mind looking towards that for some upside that he has right there. And then last but not least, if he's still getting rotational minutes, another fantasy point per minute producer when he's out there is where definitely be another one I could possibly go to, depending on if you think that, hey, it's back in a back-to-back. Maybe some minutes might be limited for Bam or something like that. I can see looking towards where right there. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully, you guys were able to get a little something from this video. If you guys did enjoy the content, make sure you talk to me down in the comment section. Good luck to everybody. Core, player pool, all this stuff will be posted to the Patreon. If you guys want that, make sure you guys check the link down in the description below so you guys can join up for the Patreon. Good luck to everybody. I will catch you guys in another video. Peace.